Hi everyone, this movie is on balancing chemical equations. Now we know in the chemistry lab when we did the experiments for checking to see what happens to the mass during a chemical reaction, that the mass of the reactants equals the mass of the products. Alright, so we demonstrated that in the chem lab. Now you take a look, hold on, let me just write this down. So the mass of the reactants equals the mass of the products. These two items are equal in mass. But check this out here. We've got Al2S3, and let's say that splits apart spontaneously to form aluminum and sulfur. So here I've just sketched out a molecule of Al2S3, so you can see I have two blue aluminums and three sulfur atoms attached together to make one molecule of Al2S3. And it splits apart to form one aluminum atom and one sulfur atom. So we know that there's no way the mass of the reactants can equal the mass of the products because we don't have the same number of each type of atom on both sides of the equation. So what we're going to do is balance the chemical equation. And the way we're going to do that, just going to get rid of that circle. The way we're going to do that is we're going to change the coefficients in front here. Okay, I'm not allowed just to put a 3 here on the side because I know that there's no such thing as S3. Maybe you don't know that, but by saying S with that little 3 here, that means there's a compound, an element with 3 sulfur atoms attached together, and we know that's simply not the case. We know it's just a simple sulfur atoms that form. So if we have 3 sulfur atoms on the reactant side, we need 3 sulfur atoms on the product side, so we're just going to put a 3 there. And here we have 2 aluminums on the reactant side, so we need 2 aluminums on the product side. We're going to put a 2 there. So by doing that, that just means 2 aluminums, you have 2 aluminum atoms. 3 sulfurs means you have a total of 3 sulfur atoms. And now if you count, we have 1, 2, 3 sulfur atoms, 1, 2, 3 sulfur atoms, and we have 1, 2 aluminum atoms and 1, 2 aluminum atoms. So now it's balanced, and the mass before equals the mass after. Check out this chemical equation here. We've got nitrogen reacting with hydrogen to produce ammonia. On this side we have 2 nitrogens. On this side we only have 1. So what number can I put in front here to have 2 nitrogens? Let's put a 2 here. So that means I have 2 NH3s, 2 ammonias. So I've got 2 nitrogens, but how many hydrogens do I have now? 2 times 3, or 6 hydrogens. On this side here, I only have 2. So what number do I put in front to get 6? What times 2 is 6? 3. So now it's balanced. So let's just look at that visually. So before I balanced it, I had 1 nitrogen molecule, 1 hydrogen molecule, and 1 molecule of NH3. It's not balanced. But when I balance it, I'll have 2 molecules of NH3, 3 molecules of H2, and just 1 molecule of N2. So does that work out? 2 atoms of nitrogen on the left, 2 atoms of nitrogen on the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hydrogens on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hydrogens on the left. Sorry, this is the right, isn't it? So also on the left and the right side, the hydrogens are balanced out. Okay, let's look at this equation. A little bit more complicated, but take a deep breath. It's all going to be good. This is a little bit more complicated because it has polyatomic ions in it. A nice way to solve a chemical reaction or balance it when it has polyatomic ions in it is just treat the polyatomic ions as separate entities. So on this side, we have 1 SO4. A lot of people think we have 4 SO4s, but we don't. We have one whole thing called SO4, and on this side, we have 3 SO4s. Oh, darn. There we go, 3 SO4s. So what number do I put in front here to get 3 SO4s? A 3, just like that. So now I have 3 magnesiums and 3 sulfates. On this side, how many magnesiums do I have? Only 1. So I'm going to put a 3 here. Now I have 3 magnesiums. But how many nitrates do I have? I've got this number here and this number here. Magnesium nitrate. 3 magnesium nitrates. So 1 magnesium nitrate would look like this. So I'd have 3 Or sorry, I'm going to draw that better. It looks messy. Let's try that again. So I have a magnesium atom attached to 2 nitrates, but I have 3 of those. So MgNO3, NO3, don't fall asleep on me, MgNO3, NO3. So how many nitrates do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many nitrates on this side? Only 3. So what number do I have to put in front of the aluminum to get 6? A 2 will work just great. So now I've got 2 aluminum nitrates, 2 aluminums, and 6 nitrates, because 2 times 3 equals 6. So I have 2 nitrates, and on this side I have 2 aluminums. So we are good to go. We are balanced. Perfect. If you need help, come see me for tutorial.